It's Week 5 of the NFL. And the spotlight is on these Chiefs' creative quarterback. He's currently third in the NFL in passing yards. It's the Chiefs and the Saints on Monday Night Prime Time.
From a building that can get louder than almost any in the National Football League, this is GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium. And just like that, the season has reached October. Joined by Brock Hewitt up here in the booth, I'm Kate Scott. And Brock, I don't know about you, but I always feel like the smells start to change in October. It just really starts to smell like fall, smell like football, second month of the regular season. And these next few games take on a greater importance moving forward.
Gosh, I wish I had a sense of smell. Mine is so bad, but I love what you're cooking right there. And I love this stretch of games because it makes a lot of teams contenders and a bunch of the other sellers as the trade deadline arrives here at the end of the month. You're going a hot streak heading into Halloween, and things will be looking great. But Flounder this month,
A lot of people had this game circled this week. Two of the best teams so far squaring off here in Week 5. Here's a return from the 7. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. So the Saints offense taking over for the first time here. Leading them out in year 11. He's played 15 or more games every season in the league. A real Iron Man, Derek Carr.
just an all-around great performance from him last week, Kate, in the win. Those 2 touchdowns he had played a big part in the victory, no question. But so did keeping it clean, not throwing a pick. You want to become friendly with your own defense? Make sure they don't have any extra possessions to defend. He did his job, and so did his teammates.
We get a look at his rushing numbers from last week here, what he was able to do in support of that win. Second and 6 coming up here. They'll motion the tight end left. They go play action with Carr. Gets caught left side by Hill. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
And that one goes for a gain of 11. And the Saints are going to have a first down.
Hey, look, any run of this size is going to wound the defense. But you get this game going right at the heart of their defense, you start to break their will and break their pride.
And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. Putting one of the tight ends in motion right. Carr off the play fake. That's caught. Rashid Shaheed makes the play. And they get this down to the 28. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
They've worked it downfield very well to begin the drive. It's 1st and 10 at the 28. Working out of the gun, it's Carr. This is reeled in by Kamara. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was first down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
This one's caught. It's Shaheed near the sideline. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. Rolling again. It's Carr. Throw caught at the 6. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
From the red zone now. Has it down close. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra ball.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Good pressure from the defense there has them trending in the wrong direction.
Bend. Even good defenses, great defenses in this league, Kate, they're going to bend at times, but you never want to break. And when you get a sack in the red zone, well, that goes a long ways to helping your efforts.
Third and goal. Here's Carr. No place to go, so he just threw it away.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of him.
Nicotomni's kick is good. And the opening drive of the game ends in 3 points.
I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. But that's 3 points, and it's enough to give them the lead.
Mecole Hardman now on the return. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. So here are the Chiefs out on offense for their first drive. And bringing them out now, a quarterback who really knows how to make something exciting happen.
A 400-plus-yard passing day, it takes everybody. It takes protection. It takes your eligible playmakers to make those catches and gain your yards. But it also takes a red-hot quarterback playing with tremendous confidence and belief in what he can do. Now, his teammates are counting on him to do it again.
We'll look at his numbers on the ground from last week here. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Right back to Pacheco. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. 1 yard on the run, so just 3 yards across those last 2 carries. It's 3rd and 7. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
It's exactly how you draw it up defensively. A 3-and-out and a sack on top of it. Create that negative play. Create a little doubt in that quarterback's mind. And offensively, well, that's the worst way to start it. No rhythm, no tempo, and now you give the ball right back to the opponent.
And he's hit before he can get anything on that return. No return on that punt. And the Saints will get set to take over. Second drive coming up for the Saints offense. They're already on a modest little winning streak here. Currently in position to stretch it to 3 games as they take the field again. Carr with it on first. It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes. Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. Back to the air, Carr. He's got Shaheed. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Kamara running out of the gun. And he gets some good yardage down to the 42. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. He gets it to Juwan Johnson. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 23-yard pickup on the play. And that's good for a New Orleans 1st down. Working inside the red zone. Kamara's got it. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. So it's going to be 3rd and short coming up. Here's a give inside to Kamara. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
Carr here from the gun. He's got it! And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Kamara. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
Oh my, it's intercepted in the end zone. Drew Tranquill with the pick.
Not a lot of one-play swings bigger than that one right there. That throw looked destined for 6, and instead, it gets intercepted by the defense. The only way to get bigger is if he somehow returned it 100-plus yards for 6 the other way. But what a gigantic swing of emotion.
Now for the 2nd time, we get a look at this Kansas City offense. And they haven't gotten very far into their opening script yet, have they? Just a 3 and out to begin this game. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Running it now out of the gun. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
That one finds Xavier Worthy. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Pass play now. And he let his man too much there, Brock. Incomplete. 4th down coming up.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? We chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They're going to start on the ground with Kamara. And he gets a few on the plunge forward. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7. That's the end of our 1st quarter. 3 more to go still on Monday night. Just a field goal separates these two. Back to Arrowhead in just a moment. We're back for the 2nd quarter. Saints in possession of the football. They've got 2nd and 7 to start. Another run for Kamara. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. They got 2 yards there, and that leaves them with 3rd down and 5. Running back sent in motion. Carr with it on 3rd and short. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Carr now on 1st and 10. Gets this one to Shaheed. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And the Saints are going to have a first down. They kick the running back in motion. That's complete to Kamara. We'll have him gain about a handful there. Something he does so well. Nick Bolton making the stop. Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Pistol snap to Carr. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
That sure ended up being worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
He's going to push one deep down the right. Great defensive effort to reject that one. And that brings up 4th and long.
You know, ball skills are not just a selling point for receivers entering the draft. Teams want defenders, especially in this day and age of the passing game, who can make plays on the ball, too, especially on these deeper throws. He doesn't swat that one away. We could be looking at a huge gain.
So this one carries all the way to the sideline and out. No chance to make a play on that, and they'll take over at the 16-yard line. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Airing it out to start this drive. That's complete, Isaiah Pacheco. And he gets it up close to the 25 before he's out of bounds.
Translatable skills, that's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
Kelsey's got it right side. And he's tackled with a first down yardage.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point of the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
Pass play on 1st and 10. Finds his man. It's Worthy. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 36. A quick throw is swatted away, incomplete. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. And now it's 3rd and short. Looking to the air here. That's caught for the first. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. That's a pickup of 9. And the Chiefs are going to have a first down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Running back sent in motion. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Throwing now from the gun. Short pass brought in. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. Willie Gay there on the tackle. Second down now, 7 to go. They are throwing it again. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete.
You really want those throws to be like clockwork for your offense. Every team needs to hit passes in that short to intermediate range to effectively move the ball.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back them up ahead of 4th down.
In theory, Kate, that's exactly what complementary man coverage is supposed to look like. The DBs, well, they're sticky on the back end of it. The front end, that pass rush, it makes an impact. It gets home. But, of course, we know it's not that simple. It is really tough to lock down a full field for more than a second or 2.
No return on this one. It's going to make it out of bounds and across the 25, spotted at the 24. Here comes the Saints offense. They didn't add to their lead last time out, so they punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. One of the tight ends in motion left. Kamara now on 1st and 10. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's good for a New Orleans first down.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger, but that back remains hungry.
Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Jaden Hicks there on the tackle. Offense to the line for 2nd down. Running behind center with Kamara. And he finds his way up to the 47 before he stopped. Give him 4 yards there, and they only need 1 more now on 3rd down. From the shotgun, Carr. Got his target. It's Hill. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. Well, a tight end that moves the chains on 3rd down, that's a QB's best friend.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Carr. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And now they face 2nd down. Working out of the gun, it's Carr. Completes this one to Hill. And he'll take it past the midfield stripe and start the push into Chiefs territory. So now here's 3rd and 5. They kick the running back in motion. Throwing again, it's Carr. This one's taken in by Hill. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. This play goes for 36. And the Saints are going to have a 1st down.
Kate, that play's so indicative of why tight ends in this league have become just an X factor. Right, they're big, they can block at the line of scrimmage, but the elite guys, well, they've got that speed, and they can take something short and make a difference with it down the field.
Carr with it on 1st. It's a New Orleans touchdown. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the 1st half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Blake Grupe to try the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Saints make it a 10-point ball game. Here's Grupe on now to handle the kickoff. Hardman with a return. Returns looking good so far. And great starting field position here as they bring him down beyond the 40. The Kansas City offense set to take the field. And it's not good, Brock, when you're discussing their punter as one of your early game MVPs, but they just haven't been able to get anything going so far.
No, you'll hear some old school coaches, especially defensive-minded coaches, Kate, and they'll say, hey, man, there's nothing wrong with the drive ending with a kick, right? As a quarterback and as an offense, maybe that was the way you played the game back in the day, but not modern football. You've got to go score.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Throwing from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Well into this 1st half, still struggling to find any rhythm, and that's what sacks do. That is why these defenders get paid big money when they get those sacks in the stat column, because as you're seeing today, it totally disrupts the rhythm, the continuity in any success for an offense.
Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd down. They'll give this up the middle to Pacheco. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. The defense calls a timeout. That's their first. Kansas City sends out its punt team. And something on the return, but not much, as it still ends inside the 20. The Saints and Derek Carr about ready to get back to work. And we're all hoping his hot start can continue. He's been putting up some numbers early in this contest. Now Carr. He's got Shaheed. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Carr here from the gun. This one's caught. It's Shaheed near the sideline. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's good for a New Orleans first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. Carr off the play fake. This is complete to Olave. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
This is reeled in by Kamara. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22. We have a timeout here. 2nd one taken by New Orleans. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Still sticking with the passing game. Into the hands of Olave. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. 1 yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches. Now a timeout taken by the offense, and we're going to see if they try for 2 plays here or just try the field goal right now. So close to the end zone, but with time winding down, they're going to try for the field goal. He connected once, and a good chance here. This is inside of 35. Mickey kick is good. It sails right through. A beautifully placed football.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Back to throw it. Hits him on the out route. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line. Here comes the final play of our first half.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Throwing it just before halftime. To the outside and complete to Kelsey. So at halftime, the Saints fighting to an advantage on the road. Now we'll send you south to our Orlando studios for the EA Sports Half. And with a push of a button, we say so long to the halftime report and jump right back to the start of the 3rd quarter. Here's Groupie on now to handle the kickoff. He fields it from the 8. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Kansas City offense back out there and set to go. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And, man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. The drive begins with a run by Pacheco. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Motioning left is their running back. Here's 2nd and 2. That pass is complete to Kelsey. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. They get an even 10 on that play. And it'll be first down, Kansas City.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Now looking to throw. On target to Worthy. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down. New set of downs for him from the 46. First and 10, looking to throw. Finds his man Rice. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches.
10 yards on the pickup.
From the 37. Kelsey makes the catch. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first.
Every tight end worth his salt wanted this. Really craved man-to-man coverage. The best of them, give me man-to-man coverage, and I'm going to beat you. I was around Dallas Clark and Indy, one of the best. You play man-to-man, he's going to find a way to out-leverage you, separate from you, and make a play just as that tight end did.
First down from the red zone. And the defender comes away with it. Kool-Aid McKinstry has the INT.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Throwing his car. That's complete to Kamara. And he'll go down after pushing this up to defense. It's 2nd and 1. From the 29. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
I love the thought there and the idea, get your guy in space. But he can't make anything happen until he catches it cleanly first.
It's Kamara on 3rd down. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. Carr now on 1st and 10. Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
First down, Saints.
Working out of the gun. It's Carr. Completes this one to Hill. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. 2nd down now, 7 to go. From the shotgun, Carr. Completed to his running back. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down. Throwing again, it's Carr. Kamara's got it. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. It's a gain of 12 there. And the Saints are going to have a first down.
First down, New Orleans.
They run it from the gun with Kamara. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Drew Tranquill brings him to the ground. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. And the play clock hits 0. This is going to be delay of game.
Delay of game, offense.
Everyone was set and at the line. The quarterback just didn't snap it before the play clock hit 0.
Still second down.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. Running it after the penalty. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. 2 yards on the run, but a tough spot upcoming. We've got 3rd and 12. Now Carr. Olave with the catch. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. They gain 14 on the play. And that's good for a New Orleans first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Offense set for a 1st and 10. Running left. This is Kamara. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did. You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Carr throwing on 3rd. And he rips this one out and over the back of the end zone, incomplete.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one, Kate. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back on track.
Nicotomney's kick is good. And special teams convert to get them a little something out of that possession.
So many of these players on the field, Kate, they just strive for consistency, but not the kickers. They strive for perfection, and so far, he's just that.
Return coming from the 6. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Chiefs offense out to take over. And after that opposing score, Brock, they find themselves taking over down 16. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Big catch is made, and he got the feet in too. That play good for 17 and a first down. Only took him one play partner, and they've already made it to that 40-yard line. They send a tight end in motion. They go play action on 1st. Escapes the pocket. He can run it. He's got room to roam here. A gain of 27 yards there. And the Chiefs are going to have a first down.
Obviously, a defense wants to take away all the reads and prevent any kind of big throw for the first down. Fine. Well, this QB, he'll just lower his head and gash the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game.
Back to pass on 1st and 10. Finds his man. It's Worthy. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. It's a pickup of 11. And it'll be first down, Kansas City.
That's another Kansas City Chiefs. First down. 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Now he'll throw off the play fake. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down.
Makes it 2nd and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Back now, pressure on its way. This one finds Kelsey. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. 3rd and 4 coming up now.
Makes it 3rd and 4.
Back to throw. Hits his running back. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. A 5-yard gain on the play. And the Chiefs are going to have a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he's brought down for a loss. Only one quarter remains in our final game of the week. That's the end of the third. It's the Chiefs in possession to start. They trail, but that lead is reachable. All right, here we go. Second down. Running up the middle, Pacheco. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. Give him 5 on that play. Now it's going to be 3rd down and 6.
A gain of 5 brings up 3rd and 6.
They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. And they will score! Touchdown, Kansas City! The Chiefs can make it a one-score game as they trim the lead. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
The Chiefs will set up for the 2-point conversion.
He's throwing for it! He's on the move, and he goes down. The pressure gets home, and they will not take another 2 off that lead. Ooh, this is so tough, Brock. You understand what he was trying to do, make something happen, ended up outside the pocket, but even some added creativity can't yield 2 points here.
You get down here on these 2-point conversions, the real estate just gets gobbled up in a hurry. Not only for the QB, but the receivers as well. Only so much time to try to make something work before that defender said, "Not in my house."
Brings in the kick at the 9. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Saints are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. Now Kamara. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good rip on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 2. They stay on the ground with Kamara. Oh, stiff arm. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
This offense will take that from their ground game every time. But I know, because I've been around this league a long time, runs like that, they're really hard to come by. It takes everybody, and maybe a little breakdown there on defense, too, to take advantage of.
Into the hands of Olave. And he's going to be across midfield, close to the 45 before going out. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 46. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
You're not going to see it in the box score, Kate, at the end of the game, but that was some high-quality zone coverage right there. Great design. Tremendous communication. Everybody trusting one another, and it allowed them to just collapse that pocket and finally get home.
Extra man in the secondary now for the Chiefs on 3rd down. They'll motion him out of the backfield. Here he is on 3rd and long. Finds him over the middle. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
I'll tell you, that is a humbling moment to see a completed 3rd down pass actually go backwards instead of towards the sticks.
Here comes the Saints punting unit. And hey, at least he held onto the football, but they will get nothing on that return. So no return on that punt. And the Chiefs will get set to go on offense. The Chiefs offense set to take over again. A give to Pacheco to start the drive. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4. They're throwing it. Completed over the middle. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And it'll be first down, Kansas City.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Throwing now from the gun. They'll touch him down a couple of yards away from that marker.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
And he fought the good fight there just to make it back to the line. No gain on second down, and they need 2 here on third.
No gain on the play. Makes it 3rd and 2.
Throwing now off play action. Hits him on the out route. And they'll have it a little shy of the 40 as he goes out. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And the Chiefs are going to have a first down.
42-yard line.
They'll throw it. Completes this one to Rice. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. 2nd and 6 coming up here.
Pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 38-yard line.
From the 38. Hauled in by Rice. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
30-yard line.
They are throwing it again. Kelsey makes the catch. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 24.
Pacheco gets it from the gun. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Cameron Jordan.
Perception and reality, Kate. The perception out there from the public is edge rushers are defined by their sacks. The reality in the locker room and in the huddle is you could be defined by your relentlessness. And his motor never stopped. Helped him track it down for a loss on the outside. You know, I don't fault that look at all, Kate, downfield. It was just an excellent defensive play to deny him the ball and knock it away. That is good on good.
42-yard attempt.
Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And it pulls him back within 1 score here in the 4th.
His make there, they had to have that one. And it really does set up a judgment call down on the field. And this is where special teams coach and head coach are talking about game management. You've got 3 timeouts left, so you really can write either script you want. Onside kick or send it deep.
This return makes it up to the 25. The Saints headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this second half. This is reeled in by Kamara. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Carr to the air now. That's complete to Kamara.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Running back sent in motion. Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Throwing again, it's Carr. Wilson's got it. And he'll get it up to the 44.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable. It creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Now a run with Kamara. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. So after the 2-minute warning, another stoppage here. The defense is calling time. 1:55 to go. First down, and they go right back to him. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. And right away, we get a timeout from the defense. 1:51 to go. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Here's a give inside to Kamara. And he'll be brought down after a short carry that crosses the 45. The Chiefs will use their 3rd and final timeout. Here's a give to Kamara. And they bring him down around the 34. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
You spring a big gain like that, Kate, on the interior. 9 times out of 10, that O-line decisively won their matchup with the big fellas up front. They got those pads down. They created leverage, and they opened up that running lane. This is situational football at its best. There's still some time left to bleed off the clock, but the really important thing here is you've got to bleed every second of that clock that you can.
Your favorite formation, right, Brock? The victory formation here as he takes a knee.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So this will win on the road for the Saints. And finally, Brock, they can exhale and take a few breaths, because I don't imagine any of them were breathing easy during that one with how close this game was.
Them or us? We're both.
All of us.
Yeah,
all of the above.
It is so hard, Kate, to match the adrenaline surge they feel right now and that they felt at every major turn throughout the second half. There's just something about a close game, the intensity that's there in every moment that you love to experience as a player, and that you hope in all these moments you can execute so you're the one celebrating and riding that wave of emotion.